Hello everyone, it's me again and I'm back with another sakusa text video. My channel is slowly turning into like a shrine for them. But don't worry, I will upload I think an 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 video soon. I think I have one of them in the drafts. But for these upcoming days, I will be focusing on sakusa. I don't know, but I got obsessed with them again. Yeah, and I just want to write my favorite comfort ship ever. So anyway, I hope you guys would enjoy this video and the video of my hands, because I would be restricted if I don't show a part of the human body. YouTube is weird like that. So yeah, this is a bit PG though, and my upcoming videos of them will also be a bit PG, so proceed with caution. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys would enjoy.
It starts with a ridiculous, mandatory promotional interview. They split them up in groups of 2, sit them down on an overstuffed couch that looks way more comfortable than it is, hand them a plastic bowl filled with questions, and leave them there to suffer beneath the mercilessly bright studio lights. Sakusa blinks at the first question he picks out. Their printed tweets. He realizes, rather honest printed tweets. Carefully, he begins reading aloud. Stream mantra tweeted. Sakusa can choke me any day of the week and I'd say please and thank you like, have you seen the man's hands? At his side, 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪𝙨 snickers. Without turning his head to look, Sakusa pinches the inside of his wrist vaguely. He recalls 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙚𝙪 looking over his shoulder during a filming break on set, glancing at Sakusa's Twitter mentions and whistling off key before letting it devolve into laughter. Damn, 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙚𝙪 had said, people are thirsty. And then his eyes had lingered on Sakusa's body, appraising, and he'd gone very, very red before muttering, barely audible, that he could see the appeal maybe if he squinted. A pouting 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 claps Sakusa on the shoulder. You're supposed to say something. You know, like gross or even thank you. Sakusa considers this. He doesn't feel particularly thankful. I've never choked anyone, he says, glancing at his hands. I'm frankly not sure whether I would be any good at it. 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 wheezes. Oh me, he says, like he's sorry. That's not what they meant. 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 shakes his head. Don't worry too much about it, he says, and picks out his own piece of paper from the bowl. V tweeted. At MSBY, thank you for my life. I had to explain to the nice lady at urgent care that 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪's body in your uniform without the knee pads gave me a nosebleed, but like, #worth it. @haha. 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 laughs boisterously, rubbing at the back of his neck before letting the tip of his tongue peek out his mouth. There was a lot of thigh, wasn't there? He winks, and Sakusa wonders why he can't do that, why he can't figure out the right thing to say at precisely the right time to say it. He busies himself with picking out another tweet. Gojo is alive tweeted. Finally figured out my sexual orientation and surprise surprise it's at Sakusa in that Calvin Klein ad. Oh, Sakusa thinks his face feels strangely warm, even he hadn't missed the theme of that ad while he realizes the nature and function of fanservice. In theory, it was, well, a little much, perhaps. I had my qualms about shooting at that. But I'm assured that it was well received. 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 chooses this particular moment to ruffle his hair. Aren't you cute? Isn't he cute, everyone? He's obviously playing it up for the cameras. Sakusa is most certainly not cute. Thank you very much. He shakes 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪's grip off, and picks out one more tweet. This one is for 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪. On Wednesdays we wear pink tweeted. Me, cosplaying as that one editor of that huge weekly shounen, and waiting for the 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 to show up while wearing my tightest dress. 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 places a contemplative hand on his chin. With editor. It's ridiculous, is what it is. Sakusa hates 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪, just a little bit in that way where he really, actually does not, but still is he really that oblivious or is he just acting? 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 picks out one for him next. It's a few shots of Sakusa on court during one of their practices, his hair messy and his skin dewy from sweat. He's drinking from a bottle of water. 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 can be spotted at the edge, eyes fixed on him. Kiyomi get yo out over here tweeted. One of them was thirsty, alright, if you know what I mean, wink wink. I suppose I was rather parched. We have long days during final season. I love playing volleyball, but it does get strenuous at times. Oh dude. No. Sakusa turns to face him. What? Did I miss something again? 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 shakes his head ruefully. Can you imagine what 𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙪 goes through? He says, staring meaningfully into the camera. Poor guy. Sakusa decides then and there that he's never doing this again. They go through a few more tweets, mostly tame, a few more people asking to be stepped on or otherwise violated, one that asks Bikudo if he owns a leash, another that suggests Sakusa would look pretty tied up in red ropes, that one makes Bikudo choke on a sip of water, until they finally reach one Sakusa finds promising a bit of karmic justice, if you will. As Awa Protection Society tweeted, "Someone look at me the way at Real Bikudo looks at KJ Akashi when he puts his glasses on, please and thank you." Suddenly, Bikudo goes quiet. He also goes red, visibly, startlingly red. The picture is rather tame, all things considered, only Bikudo looking at Akashi wearing his glasses, looking a little bit like the rest of the world doesn't matter, like it has melted away, disappeared. Sakusa sees his chance, takes it. Bikudo's crush on Akashi is hopelessly incurable, and, despite what Bikudo believes, fully requited. I have a feeling that the glasses aren't the, how would you put it, deciding factor here. Bikudo makes a hissing sound. Omi Omi. Yes, dear teammate of mine. Bikudo hits him. Sakusa hits him back harder. They cut that part out. The last tweet left in the bowl is, unsuspecting, Sakusa takes it. @Sumu tweeted, @Sakusa show me your tits. Sakusa glares at the camera. You're not funny. I hope you know that. I don't know, man. Bikudo says, tears in his eyes from trying to hold back his laughter. He's pretty funny to me. See, the joke is that I fail to see why he finds amusement in pointing out a part of my physical attributes so crudely. I don't think that's what Sumu is doing. Sakusa scoffed. And what do you think he's doing, then? Bikudo shrugs. Public, misguided courtship? Sakusa kicks him. It could have been worse. Sakusa thinks by the time they wrap up the interview someone could have tagged Bikudo on those pics of Akashi at the beach in swim trunks that were at least a size too small. Someone could have, well, his cousin could have tagged Sakusa in a tweet crudely and publicly requesting pictures to be used for sexual stimulation. On second thought, maybe it was bad enough. It feels like bearing a dark, shameful secret, but a small, cramped part of Sakusa craves the sweetness Sumu only ever willingly bears where there's no other option left. The way he will lend Sakusa his jacket to hold over his head as they run from the rain. The way he comes over to make soup if Sakusa gets sick unexpectedly, no matter how much he complains about it. The way he looks at Sakusa sometimes, when he thinks Sakusa won't notice. And sometimes Sakusa wonders what Sumu would do if he knew he noticed. Sumu is waiting for him when Sakusa leaves the building, leaning against the wall with a casualness that has to be deliberate, because Sakusa knows him. He knows Sumu. Were yours bad? Sakusa laughs, can't help it. This one idiot asked me to show him my tits. Sumu rubs at the back of his neck, but he doesn't look the slightest bit apologetic about it. He shrugs. I thought it was funny. Sakusa crosses his arms over his chest. Oh, yes, very funny. Sumu reaches up to poke a finger right in the middle of Sakusa's forehead. Don't make that face. You'll get wrinkles, and then no one will want an old man like you, and then I won't have anyone to fight with every day. You'll survive. Sakusa says, attempting to walk away. No, I won't. Sumu protests, latching onto him. Arguments are, they're, good for your long-term cardiovascular health or something. Sakusa arches an eyebrow. Are they? Sumu nods frantically. Yeah. So don't go anywhere, don't leave me. Something about the way he says it makes Sakusa still. He considers it. Okay. Fine, I won't. Sumu smiles, it's radiant, blinding. So, about your tits. Sakusa hates him, really, he does. Except he doesn't, and that's the larger problem here.